For the past 2 to 3 years, China has been repeatedly accused of carrying out a genocide in Xinjiang. And obviously, China keeps denying the allegations. But the question remains why China is so possessive about Xinjiang, even after putting its entire diplomatic goodwill at stake for reducing Xinjiang into a surveillance state. Let's find out. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host, Atul Mishra. Let's begin. You might have passed through what China is up to in Xinjiang with all the reports of torturing, tormenting, and the helpless cries that seep through the hellacious hedges of the concentration camps. But why is China so obsessed with Xinjiang? Well, the answer lies in China's geography, China's historical threat perception psyche, and its current challenges. Xinjiang actually has a very captivating geography and location, and there are two major factors at play here. It accounts for nearly a quarter of China's 22,117 kilometer international borderline. So through Xinjiang, China has to guard thousands of kilometers of the international boundary. Xinjiang borders key Central Asian republics of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan to the northwest, Pakistan and India to the southwest, Mongolia to the northeast, Russia to the north, and Afghanistan to the west. So Xinjiang has always been pivotal to China from the perspective of trade ties with East and Central Asia. In the ancient era, it linked the Indian and Chinese civilizations, and straight to now it is connected to Central Asia through highways and railways. Hey, it's me Atul. I started this channel. We started small, we went big. Suddenly, the Whitey police was after us. We dodged and ducked, but the algos got us really bad. So we designed our own app. It's free. We never asked for money, we never will. But the droid called us too sensitive and blocked us. We still have an Apple app. Join us and fast, because if you don't, we will cease to exist. Check out the link in the description. If China has to maintain good trade ties with all such key neighbors, it needs an iron fist rule over Xinjiang. And how does China achieve that? Well, through concentration camps, forced abortions, coercive sterilizations, organ harvesting, and extreme levels of surveillance. But for China, Xinjiang is not just about money and trade. In Beijing's strategic circles, China is wary about its internal and external security threats. And this goes way back to 200 BC, when scientists assumed work on the mega structure called the Great Wall of China under the rule of the Qin dynasty. Ancient Chinese rulers and dynasties didn't spend over 1,000 years building, improving the colossal structure out of sheer architectural interests. It was supposed to create a barrier against external invasions. Chinese rulers had a typically land-based threat perception when it came to securing internal interests. And there is a reason why. All big invasions like the Mongol conquest, the Japanese invasion, the Russian invasion into China had their roots in Manchuria, Mongolia, or the Gobi Desert. China never faced a maritime threat in its history and has always suffered invasion by ground armies. So it went as far as fortifying its land borders with the greatest structure in human history, the Great Wall of China. And even with its land borders, China isn't as obsessed with Tibet because the Indo-Tibet border is a natural boundary and India isn't going to indulge in military adventurism. All China is worried about is Inner Mongolia, Manchuria, and above all, Xinjiang. It is in fact amazing how China continues to see a threat via the Gobi Desert since the ancient era. Firstly, Xinjiang borders Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, which forces China to think about the strong Turkic bond between the Uyghurs and the Kyrgyz community. And there is a bigger threat too, the Eastern Turkestan Independence Movement, or the ETIM, that wants to free Xinjiang from China and create an independent nation-state in the region. China constantly fears that the ETIM, which is closely linked to the Taliban and comprises mostly of Uyghur Muslims, will use the barren terrain of the Afghanistan-Xinjiang border and create a huge security threat in Xinjiang and other parts of China. This is why China was found coordinating with the Taliban. China's obsession with Xinjiang is thus rooted in its geography, terrain, and its strong apprehension of a land-based threat.